Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine. It's Saturday morning, guys. Another beautiful day. The birds are singing. My State of the Union address has ruffled some feathers, it appears. I get it. And I hear you guys who saying don't talk about politics, but I gotta just say, from my point of view, as a Democrat living in Florida, it's been pretty nasty down here. The shit that's said daily, it's not even stuff that's said, it's an attitude. Ever since Obama got elected in 2008, it's been 16 years of racism percolating, coming up to the surface, and it's terrible, but, you know, this is the rabbit hole we're going down, which is not good for anybody. A lot of the shit elicits a response, and it brings out of you things that you wouldn't want to say, you know, typically. But I'm totally outnumbered down here. Everybody, I just disagree with everything. Florida's a crazy fucking place, man. These people are out there. And left to their own devices, I don't know what this country would turn into in their eyes, what they expect it to be. I don't know. Put everybody on a boat that doesn't look like them and ship them the fuck out of here to somewhere, wherever. Just put them on a boat, you know, like New Jersey does. Bring them offshore and dump them, the trash. It's not healthy. This situation we're in America, the division, the divisiveness, and it's perpetrated by politicians. I would say more so on the right, because they're the party that's dying. The Republican Party, the vast majority of people in America are not buying what they're selling. That's why they continue to lose elections. Just look at some of the people they put up, man. You know, for election. George Santos in New York. What a fucking crackpot. These people are fucking strange, man. I mean, they're just fucking whacked out. So, I can't help myself but point that out. So, a couple of people, one guy was pissed. A guy who's been following me for a while, he said when I said that they were un-American, that was it for him. He's gone. Well, sorry, buddy. I say one time that it's un-American, some of this shit, and all I hear about is, I mean, to the point that they don't even believe Obama's American. Like, he's, what the fuck, man? See the world through my eyes. Yeah. People are, I don't even want to go there. But anyways, last week, Saturday morning, I had a pretty eventful week. I did a lot of jobs. A lot of them were testing my intestinal fortitude, my patience. It gets frustrating. Every job you go to is just, and that's you. A lot of service calls. See it on other channels. You know, a lot of the service calls are their calls because the guy who did the original work did it wrong. You know, he just did a shitty job, and the toilet's leaking, it's rocking, the water heater. I saw one, Mikey Pipes had a fucking a pool heater inside of a fucking house in the basement with no vent attached to it, gas. You know, that's the kind of shit we're up against out here. And that's all brought on by the fact that anybody can walk into a store and buy a deadly gas appliance and take it home They'll even help you put it in your fucking, put it in your car in the back seat, pool heater. But then they go Home Depot, they'll tell you how to do it wrong, give you all the shit to do it wrong, and they'll send you on your way, man. We need a couple of lawsuits against these people when they kill a whole family because they're just selling this shit to people who are unqualified to put it in. No permit, If you want to buy a pool heater from Home Depot, you probably should have to present a permit before they could sell it. But why would they do that, They want to sell it. They want to feed the public with shit that's dangerous. So, yesterday I went back to the beautiful house on the water. It's a 4-story house, guys. A lot of steps just to get into the house. It's on the water, so it's got to be like 10 feet above sea level. So just getting up into the first floor is a challenge with arms full of tools and stuff. But I got a lot done there yesterday. I feel like I've vastly improved what's going on at that house. I did have to change the shower valve out, which I didn't talk about in the title of the video I posted yesterday. The guy really could have just bought a new cartridge, man. He was having an issue with not getting hot water or cold water or something. A new cartridge and a new trim for that faucet would have been fine. Instead, he bought a whole valve body Kohler, and I was luckily able to get that in there through the hole. He didn't want to cut a hole in the back wall behind it, which would have made it a very easy job. Took me a couple hours to do that, get it finished, and caulked, and get all my shit down back to my truck. I mean, it was on the very top floor. So it was a lot of steps. I told him I'm going to charge him by the mile and the amount of steps that I have to. But he's a very nice guy. He paid me. I think he gave me a $50 tip. And there's a couple of things I need to do. I forgot to see if Gorman, when I went to the supply house, I forgot I needed black DAP. So I didn't DAP that toilet I put in that was rocking. I reset. And so I need to get some black DAP because it's critical, man. Even if you shim the toilet, if you don't DAP it, toilets take a lot of abuse, man. People, when they roll over and get on one cheek to wipe their ass, man, that's some pressure. So especially if it's a biggin. Some of these people are huge, man. 300-400 pounds, squishing around, trying to get to their butt. So I need to get a tube of DAP. I've been looking online. It's tough, man. Tough to find the right stuff, tub and tile caulk in black that's actually on the shelf. So I'm going to get some of that. And I did put a lot of those ball cocks in, and they work great, man. As long as you make sure that mechanism, that plastic chain is tight at the high end, the throw on the handle. It needs to be tight. If it's even a link or two off, that mechanism will not work properly. And it's really very cool the way it works if you look at it, and it's just so simple and so small, like you can hardly even see the etches in the thing that this metal clips into. But that's what he wanted. I think it's I don't think he needs it. For me, if I'm sleeping and I hear the toilet run in the middle of the night in my bedroom, I know it's time to change the flapper, man. That's all. I don't need to, worry about filling up my septic tank. I just change the flapper. But whatever, he likes these things. He bought 6 of them. I put 5 of them in, I think, yesterday. Maybe he bought 8 of them. So it was a good job. I actually got done by 2 o'clock. I got there 9:45 and went out to lunch. It was a great place on the water. I did ask for a table for one in the antisocial section, which got a good laugh from people around me. But I will tell you, I was baking in the sun, man. It's not, I got to be very careful with my, didn't have sunscreen on, and I was sitting where you don't want to sit. The shitty seats. That's where the antisocial people go. So got to be careful, but the fish and chips were good. Nice codfish. And the French fries were kick ass. I smothered them in malt vinegar. And it's all good, man. It's all good. I had a great week. I resolved a lot of issues out there. People, I don't know. I had a good week. I know that my channel, YouTube channel, is on fire with hater mail. Hater mail. I think it's a good thing that my other phone is dead, so I can't read the hater mail. One question or comment that got me was, why should millionaires pay more in taxes than, well, the beginning of the statement was a little education on economics for you. And she said, why should wealthy people pay a higher rate in taxes? Well, because that's our tax system. It's called a progressive tax system. Now, if you're okay with, Joe Biden said there's 1,000 billionaires in America. If you're okay with those guys having almost all the money and paying the same amount of taxes as a school teacher, our military is going to go down the fucking tubes, because we need money to fucking run this country, guys. We need money to fucking pave roads, and taxes are pretty low. I mean, Donald Trump paid $750 in taxes while he was the president. If that's okay with you, man, that's your fucking choice, That's fine. Keep carrying water for billionaires. But I told this woman that, or I think it's a woman, I don't know. Can't tell by these names, these aliases, but I told her, I said, listen, you don't need to carry water for these guys. They have paid lobbyists in Washington that are doing a great job for them, That's why Donald Trump only paid $750, because the lobbyists that these guys pay for, who are there every day giving trips to wherever and padding the pockets of politicians in one way or another. And we're all up in arms about Fannie Willis, getting laid. I don't care about that. It has nothing to do with the fact that Donald Trump tried to steal an election. So anyways, we have a progressive tax system in America. The more you make, the more you pay. And we need that, because if they want to put fucking paying for our military, it's just unbalanced, man. When you got these handful of people sucking so much money out of the economy and just sitting on it, or putting it in offshore accounts, or doing whatever they do with it, and then you're going to put all of the expenses of America on the backs of the fucking working class. We don't even have a middle class anymore, man. You're either fucking rich or you're poor, working from week to week. So it is what it is, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm gonna talk about what I feel like talking about every day. If you don't like it, you can cruise on by. There's probably a Trump fucking rally just around the corner on YouTube, But I did some good this week. I didn't charge that guy who's obviously a millionaire living in that house and doing what he does. I mean, the garage is full of fucking beautiful, expensive cars. More power to him, man. But to think that a lot of these billionaires, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg, with all the money that kid has, that was easy money, guys. You know, he didn't work hard to get that, you know? Yeah, he came up with a good idea, and now he's one of the wealthiest people in the fucking world. But, you know, a plumber digging ditches or doing rough-ins every day, he's working a little harder than Mark Zuckerberg. That's all I'm saying. That's easy money. When one day you're fucking, you know, working in an office, and then the next day you're a fucking billionaire. That's pretty easy money, you know? That's finding a pot of gold. So I don't carry water for billionaires, especially because what they do now is that they weaponize their money against us. They use it for nefarious fucking reasons. They're just not as pure as some of these people make them out to be, you know. Very easy for a billionaire to start a war in another country. Say, hey, I got $1 billion. Get me a fucking band of idiots, you know, 400 or 500 people. We'll buy them weapons and shit, and they can start a war in Israel, you know. Like, you just, if you can think it, they've probably already done it, you know. I mean, they are fucking creepy, you know. Anyways, I gotta clean my truck today. I'm gonna relax. It's a little humid here. It's breezy, but I can tell you that the trees are filling in between all the squiggly things and the dead leaves. There are a lot of new leaves. My canopy is coming in well. It's gonna take probably another month. I'm just covered in dirt everywhere you look. There's pollen, there's leaves, just like a little leprechaun with a bag of shit on his shoulder, and he just runs around all day and all night sprinkling shit everywhere. Yeah. But I'm gonna do a major cleanup in another 2-3 weeks when I feel like the shit stopped falling. The worst thing you can do is clean it up and then have to do it again. Dogs have come around, man. I mean, they were barking a lot today. Bella's standing there listening to everything I say. She's so intelligent, man. And Gussie's pretty smart. Uh-oh. It's pool time. It's getting to the time, guys, where Johnny will be jumping in the swimming pool. I won't be jumping in the spa. Well, I could do both, but yesterday when I came home, I was hot, man. I was sweaty, stinky, sticky armpits. So the guy who was offended because I said that it's un-American to vote for Donald Trump. That was the thing, that's what got him. That was over the line. Really? You know, storming the Capitol didn't make that, you know, didn't quite get you there. But John Phillips Plumbing in Sarasota saying it's un-American to vote for Trump, it's just beyond the fucking pale. It's just beyond the pale. I can't fucking believe it. Really. Whatever, my friend. Have a nice day. So yeah, every fucking comment, every single one is the right-wing wackadoos coming at me. And I love it, man. I'm leaving them up there. One guy from, these guys are all full of shit. I think this one guy says Leo from Arizona. I think that's my buddy Alex here in Florida. But his big thing is he wants me to say this girl's name who was killed by an immigrant. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know her name. I don't watch the news. I mean, I think it's tragic and it's horrible when anybody gets murdered. This one case seems to have gotten under his skin, and it's reason enough to ban everybody from coming to this country. But so I asked him, I said, well, you're kind of all up in arms about this one person, one little child who got killed, which is terrible. Don't get me wrong. But how did you feel about Sandy Hook when all those little kids got killed in school with an AK-47? Did that get you? Did that make you think maybe we ought to outlaw fucking, assault-style war, weapons of war that anybody can buy? There's millions of them on our streets in America. We had 617 mass shootings in America last year, guys. Where is all the heartfelt, outrage about that? No. One kid gets killed by an immigrant, and yeah, it's terrible. Don't get me wrong, Jack. I hope that guy burns in hell for that. But it happens every day in America, guys. That's not an isolated incident. It happens every day. Americans being killed by Americans with assault-style weapons. What about, that concert in Las Vegas? People are out having a good time, and some fucking nutcase is up on the 19th floor or whatever in a fucking hotel just picking these people off, man. That doesn't get these people upset, man. It just doesn't bother them. It just doesn't rise to the level of, you called me un-American. I'm fucking out of here. Don't let the door hit you in the ass is what I have to say to you, my friend. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. And that, in simple terms, means you can't leave quick enough. That's how I feel. How about that? And we, in America, we still have the right to voice our own opinion without, fear of reprisal. I don't know. I'm tempted to go buy a pair of fucking Skippies today and paint them gold. But I gotta be careful, man. These people are unstable. A lot of them. And they are packing assault-style weapons. I will tell you that if you think that all these guns that are on the street in America were bought by the good old boys, you got the wrong idea. I can tell you that. Motherfuckers buying them weapons, and they had one thing on their mind: protecting themselves from fucking loony toony right-wing wackadoos. Yeah. So, it's a great Saturday. I hope you all are going to do something productive today, or just do nothing that's productive. I'm going to do a little cleanup. I'm going to try to get this air conditioning unit out of my nephew's window today. That air conditioning system seems to be working pretty good. It's working great, actually. We have a humidity gauge in there, and it's right at 50% humidity, maybe a little lower. But we're going to keep an eye on it when it gets really hot. So that's really the indication of if this thing's working or not working. If it's not able to condition the air and get the moisture out of the house, then it may be oversized. But so far it's been good. The moisture level in the house is where you want it. I think like between 40 and 50%. So we'll see, man. My electric bill hasn't gone up. Uh, much. We've got a lot going on here, you know. I mean, my electric bill, it is what it is. I got 2 stoves, 2 refrigerators, 2 air conditioning, a pump, pool pump running all day. You know, I'm definitely not off the grid. I'm totally attached to it. And so we'll see. I think it's going to be okay, man. I'm going to remain optimistic. So far, it hasn't cost me a dime. I keep telling my nephew, hey, man, how much do I owe you for this fucking thing? Oh, I'll talk to him tomorrow. Well, he never does anything he says he's going to do, ever. Every answer is just an answer to get him through. You know, it's what it is, man. So I will agree that politics in this nation, and it's only going to get more and more heated over the next year. Actually, less than a year, which is great. By this time next year, we will have another president, the 47th president. Is that it? The 47th president of the United States will be installed unless, you know, Trump wins and Joe Biden says, you know what, I think it was stolen. I'm not leaving. Imagine if he did that. Can you imagine? Well, why do you think it was stolen? Just because I know. You know. Yeah. I don't really have anything to prove that, but I just think I know, and that's the way it is. We're going to storm the Capitol. Yeah. It's called insurrection. Alright guys, I just want to let you know that I'm well. Tomorrow, or maybe later today, I'll post a video about something that has to do with plumbing. But yeah, I don't have the wherewithal or the desire to keep 2 YouTube channels going like Mikey Pipes. Mikey comes down. He's been putting comments on my channel, and he's garnered some support. He gets a few thumbs ups, you know, and I kind of like it because I do the same thing on his channel. We go back and forth. We're having a civil conversation. He comes down on the other side of the aisle. He would have been one of them old crusty guys sitting there in the fucking House of Representatives. Yep. He sides with them. He's like, I think I'm going to go sit with them. Well, you do that, my friend. We'll see. Elections have consequences. And unfortunately for you guys on the right, women are going to come out in droves. They're going to come out in droves, and they're going to fucking put you guys out of business this time. Joe Biden is going to have fucking the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And he'll pass that fucking bill without you guys. You'll all vote no. We'll get it done without you. You can help clean up the mess, or you can sit on your hands and do fucking nothing. You know? There's an old saying, something about don't throw out the good because it's not the best. You take what you can get when it comes to politics. You know? It's a little give and take. You come up with a bill that everybody can live with and you pass it. But not for these guys. They're taking orders from a shadow leader. That's where we are in this country. Donald Trump is a shadow president. He controls, I think you need 216 votes. He controls 216 people in our Congress. They march to his orders. And there's no way to run a government in the United States. I mean, it's okay if you're a banana fucking republic, which that's what he turned this country into. We'll get that fixed. We'll clean it up without you. That's all I'm saying. Sit back, shut the fuck up, and watch us get this ship straight. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. We can do it with you or we can do it without you. Most of the time we have to do it without you. Just look at some of the votes on some of the things that the bills that have been passed. The Republicans don't vote for anything that helps American people. The American worker. They don't vote. They don't vote for unions. They don't vote for fucking minimum wage raises, you know? They're just horrible, man. Look at the votes. See how they vote. That's who they are. But they'll sure as fuck show up on the groundbreaking to tout how great it is that they brought this money to their fucking county and they voted no for the bill. That's how brazen they are. Joe Biden calls them out. He sees it, and if he wasn't the president, he'd be like, you guys are full of fucking shit, you know? Come on, Lindsay. Probably wearing pink fucking T-back underwear. Yeah, Lindsay. He must have caught hell for having that name. Anyways, all right, guys, have a good one. Johnny's out.